Everyone wants to stand, I roll in my jack. Fast like the wind, everybody's on the board. Room to the streets, I'm the man with the plan. Got the world in my hands, every woman wants to stand. I roll in my jack, fast like the wind. Every mission I take, you know I'm gonna win. Ladies on my left, danger on the right. But it's love and respect that I'm bringing to the fight.
On the track with the 9 lives, playing the game. A heart full of fire, can't be tamed. In the shadows I roam, but I shine so bright. With every step I take, I'm doing it right.
If you would like to escape all of the nonsense that's going on around the world and just sat back and listen to a great story, this podcast is the place to do just that. If you would like to talk with me, you can reach me by clicking on the chat line button at the top. I would love to hear from you.
In this world of chaos, I'm the story untold. With every breath I take, every move I make, I'm writing my name in the history is fate.
On the gap with the 9 lives, play the game. A heart full of fire, can't be tamed. In the shadows I roam, but I shine so bright.
J-Cat watched the world move in an endless motion, while people rushing, struggling, surviving. The streets hummed with life, but beneath the surface he could feel it. The weight, the steady drumbeat of greed, division and fear, orchestrated by those who sat high above, untouched by the chaos they created. He had spent years fighting in the shadows, exposing corruption, tearing down the walls built to keep people small. And yet, the machine kept turning, relentless, always hungry. But J-Cat wasn't one for despair, because for every dark force tightening its grip, there were people who still believed, who still fought, still helped, still loved. He saw it in the smallest moments, a stranger sharing their last dollar, a protester standing firm against injustice, a child dreaming of something better. The world was broken, yes, but it wasn't beyond saving.
With every step I take, I'm doing it right.
Got my eyes on the prize, but my heart's in the beat. J-Cat's on the mic, bring the heat to the street. When it comes to the ladies, I'm smooth like silk, but don't get it twisted. I'm the man with the milk.
Engaging narratives are available in both ebooks and printed formats, designed to evoke suspense, adventure, and classic drama. These stories will ignite your passion for thrill. Become part of an international fan base by subscribing and following J-Cat Adventures. Please be advised, this series includes adult themes, encompassing romantic and erotic elements, which may not be appropriate for everyone. Viewer discretion is recommended.
Bring the heat to the street when it comes to the ladies. I'm smooth like silk, but don't get it twisted. I'm the man with the milk. For every 10 that falls, I'm the hand to hold. In this world of chaos, I'm the story untold. With every breath I take, every move I make, I'm writing my name in the history is fate.
On the gap with the 9 lives, playing the game. A heart full of fire, can't be tamed. In the shadows I roam, but I shine so bright.
I am Jay Bahari, the creator of J-Cat, and I would like to welcome you to the J-Cat episodes. It's not centered around games or playful competition. Instead, it's intense action and an ongoing battle between good and evil. As the leading international operative J-Cat, a no-nonsense agent, holds nothing back. Are you ready? Let's go.
A heart full of fire, can't be tamed. In the shadows I roam, but I shine so bright. With every step I take, I'm doing it right.
Got my eyes on the prize, but my heart's in the beat. J-Cat's on the mic, bring the heat to the street. When it comes to the ladies, I'm smooth like silk, but don't get it twisted. I'm the man with the milk.
J-Cat, a fight against the drums of hate and greed. Act 1. The city pulsed with an energy J-Cat knew too well. The hum-ride of power shifting in unseen hands, the steady drumbeat of greed echoing through marble halls and high-rise boardrooms. From his perch on the rooftop, the neon lights of New Haven flickered below, painting the streets in hues of electric blue and crimson. It was a city that never slept, and neither did the ones who sought to own it. J-Cat wasn't a hero, not in the way the stories like to tell it. He wasn't fighting for medals or recognition, and he certainly wasn't in it for the money. No, his war was quieter, fought in the shadows against those who thrived in them, the powerful who thought they were untouchable, the ones who stirred hate like a poison and hoarded wealth like dragons, all while convincing the world they were its saviors. They had names, billionaires, politicians, war profiteers, but the truth was, they were all the same. The call came in at midnight. Eli's voice crackled through J-Cat's earpiece, laced with urgency. "We've got a hit. Secure channel. Encrypted message. It's happening tonight." J-Cat narrowed his eyes, slipping a sleek black glove over his fingers. Details. The council's meeting. All of them. High-rise, downtown. Exclusive event. Tight security. They're finalizing the deal. J-Cat didn't need to ask which deal. He already knew. The council, an unofficial name for a very real group. CEOs, politicians, tech moguls. The kind of people who whispered in back rooms and made decisions that toppled nations. They weren't content with wealth. They wanted control. Over governments, over economies, over people's very thoughts. And tonight, they were sealing an agreement that would take them one step closer to absolute power. A digital monopoly disguised as a public service. A data buyout that would turn every citizen into nothing more than a commodity, their personal lives dissected and sold like stocks. J-Cat exhaled slowly. He had seen a lot in his time, but the sheer audacity of their greed still managed to surprise him. "Send me the location," he said. "You're walking into a lion's den," Eli warned. "They'll have mercs, drones, counter-surveillance. If they see you coming, they'll bury you." J-Cat smirked. "Then I won't let them see me." Act 2. The Infiltration. The penthouse towered above the city like a temple to the rich and corrupt. Floodlights swept across the rooftop. Security teams patrolled the perimeter, and automated turrets stood sentry at the entrances. J-Cat approached from the only angle they wouldn't expect, above. Swinging from a nearby building, he landed silently on a maintenance ledge, just below the glass-enclosed penthouse. He tapped his wrist device, scanning the security feed. Inside, the elites of the world gathered, sipping champagne, shaking hands, exchanging promises of power disguised as progress. At the center of it all stood Victor Langley, media titan, architect of misinformation, and the man spearheading the data buyout. His sharp, snake-like grin never faltered as he addressed the room. "Our vision is nearly complete," Langley said, his voice oozing with confidence. "Within the year, we will control the narrative of every major network. Public opinion will be ours to shape. Truth itself will be whatever we say it is." A ripple of approving laughter filled the air. J-Cat felt his jaw tighten. This is what unchecked power looked like. And he was about to check it.
J-Cat, the spy, the legend, the playboy. He's smooth, he's slick, he's got the perfect trick, shaken martini, targets hit cleanly, villains gone quick. Gadgets. Check. Supercars. Check. A trail of broken hearts? Double check. When danger calls, when the world's in fear. J-Cat's already here. Explosions. He walks away. Lasers. He dodges, unfazed. Romance. He leaves him amazed. Fast cars, fast fists, a mind too sharp to miss. Villains beware, J-Cat never quits. Action.
The Disruption. Act 3. A flick of his wrist. A tiny EMP dart sailed through the open balcony, landing on the central control panel. The lights flickered. The security feed glitched. The penthouse descended into chaos. J-Cat moved. Glass shattered. He crashed through the skylight, landing in the center of the stunned elites. In one fluid motion, he fired his grappling line, yanking a guard off his feet while spinning into a precise strike that sent another crashing into a marble column. "Ladies and gentlemen," J-Cat announced with a smirk, "your regularly scheduled programming has been interrupted." Security scrambled, but J-Cat was faster. A roll, a slide, a perfectly timed kick. He was a ghost, weaving through their defenses with lethal precision. Then came the moment he had waited for. Langley, rattled but defiant, reached for a hidden firearm under the bar. J-Cat was already there. He seized Langley's wrist, twisting it just enough to force the gun from his hand before slamming him against the glass wall. "You talk about controlling the truth," J-Cat said, his voice calm, lethal. "Here's some truth for you. Your little empire? It's over." Langley sneered. "You can't stop progress." J-Cat pulled a sleek drive from his belt, holding it up. "I just did." Eli's voice crackled in his ear. "The data's been extracted. It's going public." Langley's face drained of color. The billions he had spent, the years of manipulation, the empire built on lies, all of it crumbling in real time. J-Cat leaned in. "This city doesn't belong to you. The people don't belong to you. And no matter how much power you think you have, you're not untouchable." With a final shove, he let Langley fall to the ground, humiliated, exposed. Sirens wailed in the distance. The real kind, not the ones Langley owned. Time to go. J-Cat fired his grappling hook, disappearing into the night as the weight of justice came crashing down on the council. The Aftermath, Act 4. By morning, the headlines were everywhere. The biggest leak in history. Confidential files exposing a web of corruption, revealing the extent of the council's greed, their ties to hate groups, their secret dealings. Public outrage surged like a wildfire. The people had the truth. And this time, no amount of money could bury it. J-Cat sat on the rooftop watching the sunrise over a city that, for the first time in a long time, felt like it had a fighting chance. Eli's voice chimed in his ear. "You really did it, man." J-Cat exhaled. For now. Because he knew the truth. Power never stops reaching. Hate never stops spreading. Greed never stops consuming. But neither did those who fought against it. The world wasn't run by governments anymore. Not really. Laws were written in boardrooms, enforced by men in suits with digital kill switches at their fingertips. The powerful moved their pieces in the dark, playing a game where the only rule was, win at all costs. J-Cat knew the game. He had played it, won some, lost some. But now it was personal.
Want to dive deeper? Grab an ebook on Etsy or a paperback on Amazon. You can also reach Jay Bahari by clicking on chat line for instant video call, instant audio.
The call, Act 5. The phone rang at 2 a.m. The kind of call that only came when someone was about to die. "Cat, it's bad." Eli's voice was breathless, static crackling in the background. "The syndicate is making their move. They're not just buying elections anymore. They're shutting down entire systems, banks, infrastructure. If this keeps going, we're looking at total control. Digital martial law." J-Cat sat in the dark, watching the city skyline from his penthouse. The world outside was still asleep, unaware of the noose tightening around its neck. "Who's behind it?" he asked, voice calm. Eli hesitated. "We got a name this time. Kingmaker." J-Cat's fingers tightened around the glass in his hand. "That name hasn't been spoken in years." "Yeah, well, he just started speaking again. Kingmaker, the ghost of the intelligence world. No one knew his real name. No photos, no records, just whispers. He was the man who decided who ruled and who fell. If he was back, It meant someone very high up had just declared war on the world. J. Cat cracked his neck. Game on. The setup Act 6. Eli's intel led him to a club in Berlin, the Red Shift, a place where deals were made over $100,000 bottles of champagne, where assassins and oil barons rubbed shoulders, where whispers were worth more than gold. J. Cat walked through the doors like he belonged. Black suit, no tie, sleek but understated. The bouncers glanced at him, hesitated, then let him pass. They recognized power when they saw it. The music pulsed like a heartbeat as he moved through the room, scanning the sea of faces. He wasn't looking for Kingmaker himself. That would be too easy. No, he needed a lead. And he found one. Sophia D'Amato, arms dealer, information broker, cold as ice and twice as deadly. She sat at the bar, sipping something expensive, watching him with amusement. "You look like a man who's about to start trouble," she purred. J. Cat smirked. "Depends on your definition of trouble." She leaned in, eyes gleaming. "And what game are you playing tonight, Agent Cat?" "I'm hunting a ghost." She raised an eyebrow. "Kingmaker?" His silence was answer enough. Sophia exhaled, setting her drink down. "Walk away from this one, Cat. Kingmaker doesn't leave loose ends. You won't win." J. Cat leaned in. "That's what they said the last time." Sophia studied him, then smiled. "You really don't know when to quit, do you?" "Not in my DNA." She slid a napkin across the bar, a single word written on it. "Dubai." Then she stood, kissed him lightly on the cheek and whispered, "Try not to get killed." J. Cat pocketed the napkin, turned toward the exit. Game on. Dubai. The first move, Act 7. The rooftop was his entry point. The syndicate's private vault was buried beneath a five-star hotel, because, of course, the rich never hid their crimes in back alleys. J. Cat slipped past the guards like a shadow, using the wind and height to his advantage. A lockpick here, a bypassed sensor there. Within minutes he was inside. The server room glowed blue with raw information. He inserted Eli's drive, watching as lines of code unfurled, unraveling the syndicate's secrets. Then, "I was expecting you, Agent Cat." A voice, smooth, confident. The lights cut out. Red emergency glow filled the room. J. Cat spun, gun drawn. A figure stepped from the darkness, clad in a tailored suit, face hidden behind a digital mask. "Kingmaker." "You're persistent," the voice continued. "A relic of a world that's already lost. You can't stop progress." J. Cat smiled. "Funny. That's what the last guy said before I put him in a body bag." Kingmaker chuckled. "Oh, Cat, you think this is a game you can win?" J. Cat took a step forward. "You tell me." Kingmaker sighed. "I was hoping you'd see reason. Guess I'll have to settle for watching you burn." The floor beneath J. Cat exploded. The escape act ate fire, smoke, collapsing steel. J. Cat rolled, hit the ground hard. The building was caving in. He had seconds to escape. He sprinted through the chaos, leaping over fallen debris, dodging the collapsing structure. The window. Only way out. He dove. Glass shattered. Air rushed around him. Then, a grappling hook fired, catching onto the next building. Swing, land, roll. He was alive, barely. He looked back at the burning wreckage, breathing hard. Kingmaker had played his move. Now it was J. Cat's turn. To be continued.
Doing it right. Got my eyes on the prize, but my heart's in the beat. J. Cat's on the mic, bringing heat to the street. When it comes to the ladies, I'm smooth like silk, but don't get it twisted, I'm the man with the milk. For every tear that falls, I'm the hand to hold. In this world of
Disclaimer. The Adventures of J. Cat Adventures is a work of fiction. The characters, events, and settings depicted in this series are the products of the author's imagination and are used fictitiously. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. This series contains mature themes, including but not limited to romantic and erotic content, that may not be suitable for all audiences. Reader discretion is advised. The depictions of relationships, encounters, and situations are intended for entertainment purposes only and do not reflect real-life practices or endorse any specific behaviors. The portrayal of characters, including their actions and interactions, is intended to be a dramatic and fictional narrative. The series is not intended to promote or condone any form of violence, exploitation, or abuse. The character of J-Cat Adventures, while depicted as a hero in fictional scenarios, is a creation meant to entertain and should not be considered a role model for real-life behavior. Readers are reminded that this is a work of fiction and should enjoy it as such. Any interpretations or applications of the content within real-world contexts are the responsibility of the reader. The author and publishers disclaim any liability for actions taken by readers based on fictional portrayals and scenarios in the series. The Adventures of J-Cat's creator Jay Bahari has harnessed the power of artificial intelligence to enhance the storytelling process. With the help of AI input, Bahari has been able to explore new dimensions of creativity, pushing the boundaries of conventional storytelling to deliver an experience that is both innovative and compelling. Together, Jay Bahari and AI have crafted a series that not only entertains but also captivates the imagination, inviting readers into a world where seduction and suspense intertwine in the most alluring ways. This collaboration stands as a testament to the endless possibilities that arise when human creativity meets cutting-edge technology, forging a path to stories that are as mesmerizing as they are unforgettable.
Harry is so kind. In the realm of love, the connections bind. AI by his side, a symphony unfurls, spreading love across the digital world. Jay Bahari in the cyber sea, a love captain setting spirits free. With AI whispers, like a gentle dove, he's on a quest to spread love. In the language of compassion, he decodes old school soul in a digital age. Jay Bahari's love breaking out of rage. Soul of mission breaking down the wall. 60 years deeper